I'm Clara, 27F, married to Joseph, 30M, 2 kids, Samantha and Philip. If you want the exact moment my marriage cracked in half, it wasn't a big dramatic fight. It was cereal. Tuesday morning. Samantha's on the couch in unicorn pajamas watching cartoons, Philip's in his high chair throwing oats like he's feeding pigeons in a park. Joseph kisses my forehead, says he has an early meeting, and walks out looking clean, calm, normal. The kind of normal that makes you feel guilty for ever doubting him. 5 minutes later Philip yanks a cereal box from the pantry. It hits the floor, cereal everywhere. I'm sweeping it up, annoyed, half awake, when I shake the box and something heavy slides inside. Not cereal. A phone falls out. Not Joseph's main phone. A second one. Older. No case. No family photo. It looks like it doesn't belong in our life. My stomach does that drop thing. Still, I tell myself, maybe it's an old work phone. Maybe it's nothing. I tap the screen. No password. Notifications pop up immediately. Names I don't know. Eli, last night was intense. Same place tonight. Drew, are you still coming? Haven't seen you in a while. I open the thread like my thumb is possessed. There are photos. People I don't recognize. Dim bar lighting. A familiar gesture I recognize because I've watched that knee bounce under our dinner table for years. And then the line that makes my ears ring. Joseph, my wife thinks I'm at the gym. I don't scream. I don't cry. I just stand there frozen in my kitchen while my kids laugh at cartoons like the world is still safe. Then I hear it. The garage door. Joseph is coming back. And I'm holding his secret life in my hand. Joseph steps in like he forgot something. He starts saying, "Hey, and stops cold when he sees me with the phone. His face doesn't go guilty first. It goes panicked, like I caught him mid-crime. What's that? He asks, voice tight. It was in the cereal box, I say. My tone is weirdly calm, like my brain is protecting me by turning into ice. He takes a step forward. Why were you going through my stuff? That hits me like an insult on top of the injury. Philip knocked it down. Your phone fell out. Unless you think I'm hiding in the pantry for fun. Samantha calls from the living room, Mom, why are you mad? Joseph flinches and instantly switches to soft dad voice, we're fine, sweetheart. Mommy and Daddy are just talking. Mommy and Daddy. Like we're a team. He lowers his voice. Give it to me. No. His jaw tightens. Not in front of the kids. Oh, I'm the problem. I whisper. Joseph, there are men texting you about meeting up. There's a whole second phone. Explain it. He rubs his face like he's exhausted by my reaction, not his actions. It's complicated. What's complicated is keeping 2 kids alive and paying bills, I snap. This is lying. He finally says, I didn't want to hurt you. I stare at him. You didn't want to deal with consequences. Silence. Cartoons blare in the next room. Philip bangs his spoon. I ask it straight, are you gay? His eyes flick away like he's been waiting years for someone to say the word. He swallows. Then he nods. Yes. I feel something inside me drop, like my marriage wasn't just broken, it was never real the way I thought. I whisper, so what was I? A cover? He looks like he might cry. I thought I could make it work. I step back. Leave. Right now. Before I say something our kids will remember forever. He hesitates, then grabs his keys and goes. The door shuts. And my phone rings. Unknown number. I answer because I'm running on shock and bad instincts. A man's voice, is this Clara? Joseph's wife. My stomach flips. Who is this? My name is Eli, he says. He sounds nervous, like he knows he's stepping into a mess. I'm sorry. I didn't know he had kids. That one sentence makes me sit down on the kitchen floor. Not because I'm weak, because my body quits pretending. You didn't know, I repeat. He told me he was separated, Eli says fast. He said you were basically divorced. I swear I didn't, I wouldn't have. I cut him off. Why are you calling me? Because something's wrong, he says. He's scared. He keeps checking his phone like someone's chasing him. I look at the serial phone in my hand and feel sick. Scared of who? Eli hesitates. There's a contact on his phone saved as R. Not a name. Just the letter. When R texts, Joseph goes pale. Like, terrified. My heart starts punching my ribs. What did he say about me? Eli exhales. He said she can't know. She'll ruin me. I laugh once, ugly. Wow. Love that for him. Eli keeps going. And Clara, he said he might need a clean break. My eyes snap to the hallway closet where Joseph keeps the suitcase. The one he always packs himself. The one he never lets me touch. A clean break, I repeat. Like divorce. I don't think he meant divorce, Eli says quietly. He said it like, disappearing. My skin goes cold. I glance at Samantha, at Philip. At their little faces. Their loud, ordinary mourning. Eli, I whisper, do you think he might try to leave with them? Eli goes silent long enough to terrify me. Then, I don't know. But I think you need to check your documents. Passports. Birth certificates. Anything that could vanish. I hang up shaking. And I run to the closet. Joseph's suitcase is on the top shelf. I drag a chair over like I'm committing a crime in my own house. My hands are shaking so hard, I drop a scarf on the floor. I unzip the suitcase. Inside, not vacation stuff. Not swimsuits. Not sandals. A folder. I open it and my stomach drops, copies of our kids' birth certificates. My passport. Samantha's passport. Philip's passport. All in one place like a packed suitcase. There's also an envelope with cash. Not a little, emergency cash. Enough to make my throat tighten. I hear my own breathing loud in my ears. This isn't just cheating. This is planning. I grab Joseph's second phone again and scroll deeper. There's an app icon I don't recognize. I tap it. It's a chat app. Hidden. Private. And there it is, R. The messages aren't romantic. They're sharp. Controlling. R, you'll do what we discussed. Joseph, I can't. R, you can. Or I send everything. Everything. I sit on the floor with the folder in my lap like it could explode my life. Joseph isn't just hiding. He's being pushed. Or he's lying again. Samantha walks in and sees me with papers. Mommy, are we going somewhere? I paste on a smile that probably looks like a cracked plate. No, baby. Just cleaning. She frowns like she doesn't believe me. Because kids are tiny detectives. I look at the app again. There's a meeting time. A location. Tonight. And suddenly I know what I'm doing. I'm going to follow my husband. The night I followed Joseph. I don't tell anyone. Not my mom, not my friends. Because explaining this out loud makes it more real, and I'm not ready for real. I put the kids to bed. Samantha asks if Daddy's coming home. I say, not tonight. Philip falls asleep clutching a plastic truck like it's his whole world. At 9:12, Joseph pulls into the driveway. Like nothing happened. Like he didn't detonate our life that morning. He doesn't come inside. He sits in the car, typing. Then he drives off. My hands are sweating as I grab my keys and drive a few minutes behind him. I feel insane, like a character in a thriller who's about to do something that changes her forever. He parks near a bar, not the one Eli mentioned. A different one. Quieter. More hidden. Joseph gets out, checks his phone, and walks like he knows exactly where he's going. Not hesitant. Not confused. Not guilty. Prepared. A man meets him near the side entrance. Older. Well-dressed. Not romantic. Not affectionate. More like business. Joseph's shoulders are tight. The man says something and Joseph nods fast, like a student being scolded. I can't hear them, but I can read Joseph's body. Fear, yes. And something else. Obedience. My phone buzzes. A text from an unknown number. Don't go inside. You're being watched too. My blood turns to ice. I look around the parking lot, suddenly aware of every shadow, every car, every pair of headlights. And then Joseph turns his head slightly, and looks at my car. I drive away before he can approach. I'm not brave, I'm terrified. I circle the block, park farther away, and sit there gripping the steering wheel until my hands cramp. My phone buzzes again. Unknown, go home. You have kids. I don't reply. I just stare at it, heart hammering. This isn't normal cheating drama. This is something uglier. When I get home, Joseph is already there. Inside. Sitting at the kitchen table like he lives there. Like he didn't just meet an older man in a dark parking lot. He looks up. Where were you? I laugh because the audacity is insane. Where was I? Joseph, where were you? He closes his eyes. Clara. Please. I slam the folder of documents onto the table. Birth certificates scatter like confetti at the worst party ever. Explain why you have a packed suitcase with passports and cash, I say. Explain who R is. His face drains. He whispers, you opened that. You hid it, I snap. So yes. He rubs his hands together like he's trying to warm them. R is someone from my past. Blackmail? I ask. He flinches. That's my answer. Joseph's voice cracks. I was young. I made mistakes. And now he says if I don't do what he wants, he'll send everything to my family, my job, to you. I stare at him. So you plan to run? He looks down. I thought I could leave with the kids and start over. That sentence hits me so hard I feel dizzy. You were going to take Samantha and Philip away from me. I whisper. Joseph starts crying. I didn't know what else to do. And I realize, I don't just have a cheating husband. I have a husband who was ready to become a stranger overnight. The next day I do something I've never done in our whole marriage. I go through everything. Not because I'm proud. Because I'm scared. I search the closet, the drawers, the garage. I find receipts from hotels. Men's cologne I didn't buy. An extra SIM card. And in a shoebox, letters. Not love letters. Letters Joseph wrote but never sent. Confessions. Apologies. Pages of I tried to be normal. Pages of I hate myself. Pages of Clara deserves better. It's hard to feel pure anger when someone's self-loathing is bleeding all over the paper. But it doesn't erase what he did to me. Samantha comes home from school and asks why Daddy looks sad. I say Daddy's dealing with grown-up problems. She tilts her head. Did he do something bad? I pause too long and she knows. Kids always know. Later, Joseph tells me he'll fix it. He'll talk to R. He'll pay him. He'll make it stop. I tell him, you don't get to handle this alone. Not anymore. He whispers, Clara, please don't call anyone. That's when I understand, Joseph isn't just afraid of being outed. He's afraid of losing control of the story. And I'm done letting him write it. That night Samantha climbs into my bed. She smells like shampoo and crayons. She stares at me like she's older than she is. Mom, she says quietly, is Daddy leaving because of me? My heart cracks. No, baby. Never because of you. Because I was mean to him yesterday, she insists. I told him he wasn't fun anymore. I pull her close. Listen to me. Daddy's choices are Daddy's. You and Philip didn't cause anything. She's quiet for a while, then asks, do you still love him? I swallow. Because what do you say when love is tangled with betrayal? I care about him, I say carefully. But I'm hurt. Samantha nods like she understands more than she should. Then she says the sentence that makes my stomach drop. Mom. I heard him say he's going to take us somewhere. Just us. Without you. The room tilts. I keep my voice calm so I don't scare her. When did he say that? On the phone, she says. In the hallway. He said, I'll have the kids. She won't stop me. My hands shake under the blanket. Joseph. Planning again. I kiss her forehead. You're safe. I promise. Then I wait until she's asleep, and I walk into the kitchen. Joseph is there, staring at his phone like it's holding him hostage. I say, give me the phone. Now. Philip's birthday party is 2 days later. I consider canceling. But then I imagine future me regretting it, my son's photos forever linked to the week his dad destroyed our marriage. So I throw the party. Balloons. Cupcakes. Family friends who say, ah, and take pictures and don't notice my hands shaking when I light candles. Joseph shows up like a ghost wearing a nice shirt. He smiles too much. Helps Philip open presents. Acts like the dad in a commercial. Everyone buys it. Because people don't want the truth. They want the easy version. My friend Jenna pulls me aside and whispers, are you okay? You look pale. I say, just tired. Joseph catches my eye from across the room. He looks like he's begging me not to explode his life publicly. Then my phone buzzes. Unknown number again. He's lying to you. He's not running from me. He's running with me. My stomach drops so hard I almost drop the plate in my hand. I look up at Joseph. And I realize, I don't know which version of him is real. The crying husband at the table. Or the mutt who can perform joy at his child's birthday while planning to disappear. After the party, I lay down rules like I'm running a hostage negotiation. Because honestly, I am. Joseph doesn't sleep in our bed. He doesn't leave with the kids anywhere alone. He gives me access to his phone, his email, everything. If he refuses, I call a lawyer the next morning. He agrees, too quickly. Like he's relieved someone else is driving. I contact a lawyer anyway. Quietly. I start documenting everything, texts, dates, screenshots. I feel like a spy in my own life. Joseph tries to talk about feelings. I never wanted to hurt you. I tell him, stop saying that. You did hurt me. Now deal with reality. He admits he's been meeting men for years. Not daily. Not constant. But enough that my trust feels like a joke. He says he loves the kids. I believe him. That's what makes it worse, he can love them and still risk breaking them. Then he says, or has videos. Of you? I ask. He nods, eyes wet. He filmed without me knowing. Now he uses it. I feel sick. Angry. Protective. Not of Joseph, of my kids' future. Because if this explodes publicly, Samantha and Philip are the ones who'll pay the price. I tell Joseph, we're not running. We're ending this the legal way. Joseph whispers, he won't let us. And I say, watch me. Eli contacts me again. He says he's done with Joseph, but he feels responsible. He tells me what he knows. Joseph used different names, different stories, different bars. Like he was compartmentalizing his life into little boxes, so he didn't have to face the whole truth. Eli also says something that makes my skin crawl. R isn't just blackmailing Joseph. He's connected. He knows people. I ask, how? Eli hesitates. I think he's in your husband's workplace circle. Or church circle. Or something like that. Joseph acted like exposure would destroy more than his marriage. That night I confront Joseph again. I show him R's message, he's running with me. Joseph goes pale. He's trying to isolate you. Make you panic. Are you running with him? I ask, flat. Joseph swears no. Says R wants money, control, punishment. Says he hates him. But then I notice something small. Joseph's hand trembles when I mention police. Not fear of R. Fear of what Joseph has done. And I realize, there's a missing piece. Something Joseph still hasn't told me. So I say, tell me the first lie. The one that started all of this. Joseph looks at the floor and whispers, I introduced myself to our first. Joseph's family is traditional. The kind of family that posts smiling holiday photos and prays before meals and thinks therapy is for people who don't try hard enough. Joseph begs me not to tell them yet. But R sends an email to Joseph's brother anyway. A vague threat. You should know what your brother really is. So Joseph goes to his parents' house alone. I don't go. I stay home with the kids, shaking with rage, because I'm tired of being dragged behind his secrets. He comes back hours later looking like someone scraped him raw. They said I'm disgusting, he whispers. I don't comfort him. I can't. I'm too busy holding up my own collapsing world. He says his mother cried. His father told him he's not welcome until he fixes himself. His brother threatened to take him to court for custody, for the kids' safety. I hear that and my spine goes rigid. Because now it's not just our marriage. It's a war over Samantha and Philip, and Joseph's family is ready to use the situation against him. I tell Joseph, if they try anything, I will burn this whole illusion down. Joseph looks at me and finally understands, I'm not his shield anymore. I'm the one holding the match. We file. Quietly. Efficiently. Like adults who don't have the luxury of falling apart. Joseph signs papers with shaking hands. He keeps saying, I'm sorry, Clara. I stop reacting to the words. Sorry is just noise now. Samantha takes it hardest. She gets clingy, then angry. One night she says, so Daddy picked boys over us. I correct her gently, Daddy didn't pick anyone over you. But he made choices that hurt us. Philip is little. He mostly asks where Daddy is, and when Daddy is coming back. Every time he asks, my throat tightens. Joseph moves into a small apartment. He tries to keep routines, school drop-offs, park visits, supervised at first. He looks relieved to breathe, and it makes me furious. Like he gets freedom, and I get cleanup. Then R escalates. More threats. More messages. R claims he'll go public. He says he'll expose everything and destroy our lives. So I do the one thing Joseph never expected. I meet R. R is exactly what I feared, charming, controlled, older. The kind of man who thinks he owns rooms just by entering them. He calls me Clara like we're friends. He says Joseph is weak. He says Joseph begged for attention. He says Joseph deserves consequences. And then he makes the offer. If you leave him completely, R says, smiling, I'll disappear. I stare at him. You mean you'll stop making threats about my family? He shrugs like that's a casual detail. I realize something sharp and clear. R doesn't care about Joseph being gay. He cares about power. Joseph's sexuality is just the handle he uses to control him. I document the conversation for my own safety. At that moment, legality isn't what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking like a mother, not a judge. Then I do something even more unexpected. I tell Joseph, we're going public first. He panics. Clara, no. Yes, I say. We tell the story ourselves. We take away the blackmail. We control the narrative. Joseph whispers, you hate me. I'm disappointed in you, I correct. But I won't let you drag our kids into your fear. And for the first time, Joseph nods like he understands the cost. We post a video. Not dramatic. Not tearful for clicks. Just honest. Joseph admits he's gay, admits he lied, admits he tried to build a normal life and destroyed the people who loved him most. I don't protect his image. I don't villainize him either. I say the truth, he broke my trust. And I'm rebuilding my life. The internet does what it does, some people are cruel, some people kind, some people weirdly entertained. But the point is, R loses his leverage. Because blackmail only works in silence. R tries anyway. Messages. Threats. Then, nothing. He disappears like a bully who realizes the target stopped flinching. Joseph starts therapy. Real therapy. Not, I'm fine, therapy. Samantha gets counseling. Philip gets time, consistency, stability. And here's the ending nobody expects. Joseph doesn't come back to me. We don't do the cheesy reunion. I don't forgive and forget. That marriage is dead. But we build something else. A co-parenting life that's honest. Joseph moves closer so the kids can walk between homes. Eventually he introduces a partner, slowly, respectfully, with boundaries. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I accept it because my kids deserve peace more than my pride deserves vengeance. And me? I stop being the woman who was left. I become the woman who survived the lie and refused to let it define her. Sometimes I still think about the cereal box. How stupidly small the moment was. How huge the truth inside it. And I always come back to one thought. Joseph's secret shattered our marriage. But it didn't shatter me.